Good morning. It's like 9 a.m. abhi. But today we're going to go to a city called Lübeck. Lübeck is in the northern part of Germany. Kiel is also in the northern part of Germany. So we're going to go there. It's a very historical city, काफी UNESCO heritage sites हैं वहाँ. And this is basically part of the orientation week of my university. It's been 7 days since the orientation has started. Not 7, actually 5 or 6. Well, it started on Tuesday, so yeah, it's actually 5. Today is the 5th day of the orientation. It's Saturday. I think I forgot the date. I'll add it somewhere in the video. And yeah, we're going to go to Lübeck with most of my department, most of our seniors. And for the past whole week, we've been having a lot of activities. And yeah, so this is the start of that vlog. I have a bus that leaves in the next 10 minutes. So I'm here, I'm having my breakfast. It's cereal. And then after I record these videos, like to get an introduction to the vlog, we're just going to go straight to Lübeck. So yeah. I'm currently back in this place called the Hauptbahnoff. That is the same area where I landed in Kiel. Like I came from Hamburg by bus and I came here, and this is where I got lost and I couldn't find. Wait, no, I came by train from Hamburg, and here I had to get a bus, and it took me 8 tries until I got the right bus. So this is a bit of the history of the Hauptbahnhof. It's written over here. And yeah, there is on the other side of it, there's the port. That's where a lot of cruise ships come from. And in the back of the Hauptbahnhof, this is where people go to take trains and go from city to city. And this is where we go to Lübeck from. I won't be taking a train from here to Lübeck since most of the trains these days are under renovation, the train tracks, so we're going to go by bus. And I'm here waiting for some of my batchmates and seniors who are going to take us, since this is organized by the school sustainability. That's the school that I'm studying at. I think that was pretty much clear. Say something to the camera.
Hello, vlogging?
Yeah, we're vlogging now.
So while editing, I realized that from this point onwards, we won't really be seeing that many interactions between me and the camera. I won't really be doing the casual vlogging because let's face it, this was one of my first few weeks with my classmates and my seniors, and I didn't want to be that guy that's like making himself awkward and making the other people anxious by just pointing a camera into their face and making them talk. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but I didn't know these people that well. So yeah, don't come at me for why I didn't talk that much, but maybe this voiceover will help. Anyway, here's Lübeck, and this city was oozing with history and culture. It was so ripe with history and culture. I mean, it makes sense. It's a city from the 12th century, and back then it was a very big hub of culture and trading over here in northern Germany. And what you're seeing right now is something called the Holsten Gate or the Holsten Tor. And it's basically a city gate that marked off the western boundary of the old city, and it was built in 1464. What's written on it is something which I think is in Latin. It means it doesn't mean.
It says Concordia Domi Forest Pax, which is.
I only know the last word.
Pax?
Pax is...
It means harmony within, peace without, but it's Concordia Domi Forest Pax, and I'm not sure like the history behind that, but it just looked beautiful, and as you can see, the Holsten Tor was beautiful. Also, you might notice that my videos are sometimes kind of shaky. And that's not because I don't own a gimbal, it's because it's pretty cold here. It's actually not pretty, it's very cold here. And I have taken the necessary precautions, but since I'm from Pakistan, it'll take me a while to get used to this. Anyway, Lübeck is called the city by the river in the sea. And that's because it's very close to the Baltic Sea. And it has a river called the River Trave, which has given birth to lots of canals throughout the city. It's no Venice, but these canals have given like a lot of artists and painters a very pretty muse. And like this, the old town of Lübeck, which is very famous, the Altstadt, a lot of positive energy and serenity to that town comes from the river and how this area looks very peaceful. Fun fact, this isn't really a historical monument. I mean, it is from the 1750s, but the rest of Lübeck is from the 1400s. But it's just a place where I'm just showing the architecture, and it's where people used to grind their grains. Moving on from that comparison of relatively modern architecture as compared to the medieval architecture of Lübeck, this is the Dom Zu Lübeck, otherwise known as the Lübeck Cathedral or even the Lübecker Dom. It's a large, as you can see, red brick built cathedral, and it's found in the heart of the city. And just like a lot of the other monuments, the other religious and other cultural monuments here in the city, it's also protected by the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. I mean, it's called a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and its architecture is called Lutherian. I'm not sure what Lutherian actually means, but I heard some of the people talking about it, so maybe I'll Google it later. Anyway, it was formed, actually its construction started way back in 1173. It's 1173, it's very old, it's like 900 years old, by King Henry the Lion, and it was made for the Bishop of Lübeck. It was, as part of its history, it was actually partly destroyed back in World War II in 1942, and part of it actually caught on fire during the bombing, but it was subsequently reconstructed. Some of its parts, like the famous works, the art inside of it, like the altars and everything, they're still actually preserved in various museums across Lübeck. So it's a very historical part of the city.
And they are also a reason why some Scandinavian towns are similar, because they were also over there.
We're going to be looking at the St. Mary's Church. And that's also a very big site in Lübeck. It's also called another UNESCO World Heritage Site. And it's very huge. I mean, you'll see in the video, of course. But it was built back in the 1250s to the 1350s. I'm not sure what the accurate time was. I might Google it later and let you know. Anyway, it's like the church design is called a basilica. And it also has like these chapels inside. We couldn't go inside because we were running short of time and we had to see a lot of Lübeck and we had to go back by like 4 p.m. But as far as I've heard, it's also a very, very famous church, and like even the city council actually meets in the church. And it's near the Altstadt, which is the old town of Lübeck, and it just towers on top of Lübeck. The entire skyline is filled with those two big green peaks. And yeah, it was very beautiful. The architecture, the color, it was amazing.
Talent kann man nicht kaufen, man hat es oder nicht. Und auch an jedem Wort, das war nicht richtig. Wir klatschen! Die besten Dinge sind die Welt, sie kosten kein Geld. Und hast du sie genommen, es keinen anderen Welt. Der Schatz geht nie zu Ende, aber es ist wahr. Die besten Dinge sind
twist you up? Can my words break your leg? Sticks and stones won't do. Can my words cut the same? Do my words twist you up? Do my words break your leg?
I'm sure you think this is also the leader to a very historical monument, but that round building, it probably is very historical, but it's been converted to an Italian restaurant, so I don't know much about it. Yeah.
Have trouble sometimes placing myself in another's crime. I have trouble sometimes placing myself.
And that's the bus stand, which means we're on our way back to Kiel from Lübeck. And while editing this video, I realized that there are so many other places in Lübeck which I couldn't see. But since we were on a tight schedule, since it was an orientation event, maybe I'll go there on my own someday. Maybe. It'll be fun.
My words cut the same. My words words twist you up? Can my words break your leg? Sticks and stones won't do.
We made our way back from Lübeck. I didn't really record like any things that I was talking about there because it was a class trip, of course, and I wanted to like meet more people rather than just vlog. So yeah, you'll just probably get a cinematic video of multiple places in Lübeck. It was a very pretty city. Now I'm on my way back, and I'm in the Hauptbahnoff, and I'm just waiting here for like my bus, which I won't miss because now I know where to go from. See, in 1 week or 2 weeks, I have learned the way of the buses. I don't mess up anymore. This is the same place where I messed up like a few days back. That's the same sign where I'll get my bus. You'll probably hear a lot of people screaming because there was a football match today between Holstein and Kiel, and the supporters are very angry because like the supporters are behind me. They're very angry, like on the end of the corner in the Hauptbahnoff because they lost the match. So there's a big banter match going on. But yeah, I won't record them. I don't want to be lynched because they're pretty aggressive right now. So yeah, that was the journey to Lübeck. It was fun, and I'm gonna end this mini vlog thingy.
I tried to accept that.